All right, so here's the example of how to do the addition and subtraction word problems using your strip diagrams. Rodney and Maria each have a bag of coins. Rodney has 227 coins. Maria has 385 coins. How many more coins does Maria have than Rodney? So I'm going to use my cube strategies first. And if you want to write cubes on the side over here, you can. C-U-B-E-S. Also, if you want to do this on a scratch sheet of paper and then take a picture of it, you can do that as well. Okay, so I know that my first step is that I need to circle my numbers. So I have 227 coins, and then I've got 385 coins. So I've circled my numbers. Now it's time to underline my question. How many more coins does Maria have than Rodney? Now I need to box in some keywords. So I know that my 227 coins is how many coins Rodney has. I know my 385 coins is how many coins Maria has. And then these three words, how many more? How many more means subtraction. Subtraction. So I'm going to draw a little subtraction sign there to remind me I'm going to be subtracting. All right, I did my B. E is to eliminate any extra information. I don't have any extra information, so I can cross that out. Now I'm at the S where I solve my problem. So if I look at my strip diagram, I am given the total. So I wrote T there. That is my total number. Actually, nope. Sorry, I said that wrong. I'm going to erase that. That's not my total number. This is the number of coins that Maria has. So I'm going to put an M here. So I know this is Maria's coins. And this number, this 227, that's how many coins Rodney has. And I'm trying to figure out how many more coins does Maria have than Rodney, and that's where this question mark is. Okay, so I'm going to subtract. So I have 385 minus 227. Again, if you want to do this on a separate sheet of paper and take a picture of your paper, that's fine. I'm going to go on ahead and label these so I know what they are. So this one is going to be Maria. My top number, my 385, that's Maria. And my bottom number is Rodney. And then my answer is going to be my question mark. So I'm going to label that too so that I know where that number is going to go. From here, I'm just going to subtract as usual. So I ask myself, can I take 7 away from 5? Nope. I need to go next door. My 8 turns into a 1 because I'm going to borrow 1. I'm going to add 10 to my 5. 5 plus 10 equals 15. Now, can I do 15 minus 7? Yes, 15 minus 7 equals 8. And the way that I know that, well, I know that 14 minus 7 is 7. So then 15 minus 7 has to be 8. I know my doubles. Now on to my tens place. 7 minus 2. Can I do that? Yep. I can take 2 away from 7, and that leaves me with 5. And then 3 minus 2. Can I take 2 away from 3? Absolutely. That equals 1. So I know that my question mark is 158. Now, I need to type my answer where the question mark is. So I'm going to go back up. I'm going to click on the little arrow tool. And then I'm going to click on my question mark, my answer, and I'm going to type in 158. That is my answer, and that is what is going to be graded. So if you look at slide 3, you see the question mark and you see this dashed green box. That is where you are going to answer your question for slide 3. Same thing for slide 4, and so on.